What are you making of this? So these two bits of legislation have passed now. Not a huge surprise, but it's just a Band-Aid, isn't it?
Well, yeah. First of all, the Senate would have to pass this, and we have not yet heard from the Republican-led Senate whether they're going to pass this. And then it would have to go to President Trump for his signature. He has said that this does not have the kind of money he needs for his wall. It doesn't. It has $1.3 billion rather than the $5 billion. And Nancy Pelosi has made clear this does not fund the wall. This is border security funding. So this is the Democrats' attempt to say this is how we want to end this shutdown via these spending bills, but it is very unlikely, unless President Trump is changing his tune, that he will sign these bills. If it's passed by the Senate, he will likely veto it.
It seems like the two parties are even more diverged than they were maybe just a week ago.
Yeah, people are doubling down on their options here. President Trump, rather than making a deal with the Democrats when they came to the White House, basically said, continued to demand his $5 billion, and in the past day has had to the White House border security agents to try to show that there's a crisis at the border and he needs that money. The Democrats, having just taken over the chamber, are now making the case that they want to end the shutdown, but they won't fund a wall. So we have that. If the wall is what's required from the president, that is not in that legislation now.
And we had Nancy Pelosi, didn't we, earlier on, saying we're not going to build a wall. It's as simple as that.
Right.
This is the scene on the floor of the House at the moment as that bill package goes through. But as you say, it's only an interim Pyrrhic victory at the moment for the Democrats.
Yeah, and they're trying to put pressure on the Republicans and this is what complicates the situation for President Trump. Now that the Democrats have taken control of the House, they can pass bills like this, where before, obviously, when it was Republican controlled, they didn't. So this complicates his situation. They're saying, here's what we have to give, and if he doesn't go for it, then the question becomes who gets blamed for a shutdown. So far, we haven't seen big economic effects from a shutdown, but the longer it goes on, with hundreds of thousands of government workers and contractors not getting paid, we may start to see some effects, and there may be some pressure put on the president to try to come to some kind of resolution.